is nice outside. It is time to get moving, get on the road. Maybe you have a family vacation planned, maybe just a weekend down the shore. Either way, you need to know how to pack your car and how to do it in a quick and simple way. And joining us now to tell us more about that is author of Pretty Neat, Sarah Welsh. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I love how you have everything laid out in like 5-minute increments that we can do.
You know, it can be really tempting when it comes to going on a car trip to just like get in the car and go without doing any organizing. And organizing 5 minutes, 10 minutes max sets you up for 3 good things. It saves your sanity. It can save you on gas mileage, and it can be much better from a safety perspective as well.
Yes.
So, very important reasons to take those 5 minutes.
So the first thing is knowing where you're going.
You gotta know where you're going. And the number one thing I always tell everybody at getbuttonedup.com is please just don't take the autopilot route and go the major highways because they're crammed full of people. You're going to sit in traffic and you're going to get there totally stressed out.
So you want people to take the side roads then?
Take the side roads. Make getting there part of your actual vacation.
That's true because there's a lot of things on the side roads that you might see that you miss if you're driving along the highway.
Absolutely. So delegate to somebody else in your family to pick a route and like schedule 2 or 3 stops along the way. For every 2 hours of driving, about 20 to 30 minutes stop.
Now, one question I have is, I mean, GPS is fantastic. Even phones have GPS now. Wonderful. But a lot of times, if you're in some remote areas, you lose a signal. Do you think it's still important to have a hard copy of a map?
I always say it's good to have some paper backup. Go, you know, have an old-fashioned map or 2 that you can turn to in the event that something's not in the program or you don't have a signal.
Okay,
so, yes.
Very nice. Prepping your car.
So here's something amazing. The average commuter spends the equivalent of 10 40-hour work weeks in their car. That's a lot of wear and tear of your car. So you have to make sure it's ready for the road trip too. A couple of checklists. Number 1, make sure your oil is changed and full. Make sure your wiper fluid is full. Make sure your tires are properly inflated.
And it sounds silly reminding people, but it's the things you forget when your mind is so preoccupied.
Exactly. I mean, properly inflated tires can, not only are they a lot safer, but they can save you up to 10% of gas efficiency. So it's a smart thing to do.
Absolutely.
Inside your car, everybody needs a basic first aid kit. There are 6 million accidents on the road every year. A lot of them happen during summer. You need something that when you're in an accident, you can get high on adrenaline and leave the scene without collecting all the information that you need. You need something like a collision kit.
And I love that this is red because it's one of those things you easily see, you know where it is, and you grab it.
Exactly, exactly. And then a gallon of water. On a hot, sticky day, God forbid, you're stuck on the side of the road, you have kids in the back seat, you're not going to want to risk dehydration. Yes, so have a gallon of water.
You know, as kids, we used to always have like granola bars or something handy.
So you need to plan if you have kids in the back seat of the car, that is for sure. So first, snacks, you're absolutely right. I'm usually not a huge fan of the 100-calorie snack packs. They're a little more expensive, but for car trips, they are the greatest invention.
Okay, good to know.
You can they're the right size, no huge sugar highs or sugar lows. You can toss them in the back seat whenever the kids are hungry.
Dig through the bag, find them at the bottom.
Exactly. And then have wipes and trash bags because kids are messy. And anytime you stop for gas, get out of the car, have everybody do a quick declutter. And then you are going to want to have some fail-safes. I mean, DVDs and electronic games are fantastic, but take it from me. I was on a car trip on Memorial Day weekend. My 1-year-old was asleep. My 4-year-old was happily watching a DVD, and then all of a sudden, the plugs in the car stopped working. So no more DVDs. Fortunately, my husband and I had a list of mental games we could play, and they saved our bacon. Just a couple. I mean, you could play find the license plate from every state in the...
My brother and I used to play that when we were kids. We used to have to find every license plate from every state.
Exactly. That's totally fun.
That's great.
Or, how many animals can you think of that start with the letter A? These, they don't have to be complicated, but just...
something fun.
You need some low-tech options to keep kids entertained.
And lastly, you want to make it about learning as well.
You can really take a great opportunity to teach your kids lessons. I mean, so for example, if you're just taking a trip to the shore in Delaware, have your kids, if they're little, do a report on Delaware. Who's the governor? What's the state flower? What's the state flag? Those kinds of things, and they kind of get invested in learning about where they're going. If you have older kids, give them a budget and make them in charge of it. And
I was going to say, that's kind of risky, though, is it not?
well, actually,
add in $50 here for me.
If you make it them in charge and they can come in under budget and they get to pocket what has come in under budget, then they have a little thing to spend when it comes to back to school. So a little bit of organization goes a long way.
Very nice.
Comes to car
and I
trips.
guess the last thing is just have fun.
Exactly.
Now that you know how to get there and the right things to pack, Sarah.
Thank